N, D, D, D. Bucket, 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 bucket down. Bucket, 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 bucket down. These are your spots. Bucket, 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 down. Bucket, 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 down. Bucket, 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 down. Bucket, 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 down. Do you feel that? I just want to say that I think that these energies are intense and significant. With Aries pointing its chin into the core of the earth to reach the fire, the separation of light and dark is already known. It's already studied by many, many, many. We've written about it in books. We've written her story. We've written his story. We've talked about it. We've danced about it. We sang some poems about it. What's next? Spill the beans. You know, the universe is not ours the way that we think it is. Let's make ourselves so small and so into each other. Let's make ourselves so into the earth and so grateful. Let's stop swinging our swords at one another of impatience and importance. Let's eat together and fast together and be kind. Next, I'm gonna do an art installation. I'm just gonna summon all the vibrations and the energies. Once this passes, of course, I mean, while Aries is trying to send a seed of nourishment to the core of our earth, to the fiery core of our earth, I'm gonna just stay out of the way. I just want it to get to the right place. I don't know, the story, some part of that story is long ago when I was studying metaphysical things. Somebody handed me a deck of tatuas and said, here, stare at this card for 30 seconds and then look at a white wall. And I did that for, I don't know, maybe a year or so. And one afternoon while I was studying hypnosis, I was taking a nap, and I started accessing the core of the earth. I was taken to or shown all these different little areas, and I could see how they were all connected to the center of the earth. So I feel like it's a time for honoring that fire within each one of us, and using that as a reason for taming our monstrous 2-year-old self and creating a sense of discipline in each and every one of our own lives, so that we're not foreign strangers to patience, compassion, being alone in nature, being creative, asking for help. That's one thing that I have a trouble for, but the Aries in my chart really influences me to really be pretty independent. So I've also had a lot to learn from those experiences where I've had to ask for help, and I've used my creativity to try to come up with some nonsense called prevention. Oh, go be a friend to a tree.